Okay, making sure that we got adequate battery and adequate time. You're now checked out. When you listen to that recording for today, Carmen, the first hour of the class will all be noise or blank. The actual recording won't come on until about 50 minutes in. It'll be static. Okay. Phone work. Nina, what are your biggest problems in working over the phone? Yes. You're different from everybody else. Okay. Ring, ring, ring. Gatekeeper gets on the phone. What do you say? By the way, everyone else ring the bell when Nina says something that you think you got something better to say. Ring, ring, ring. And gatekeeper says, "This is System 4. Can I help you?" Ring, ring. Where's Adam? Oh, there he is. You answer the phone. Ring. System 4. Ring, ring, ring. And you say, as the gatekeeper at System 4. I got like. So what do you say? Jack would handle that. Yeah, Jack, fine. Jack, fine. No, I'm just the receptionist. Ring, ring, ring. Jack Fine gets on the phone and says, "No." We're taking care of Nina. By the way, out of roll. Did that ever happen to you? Ever happen to anybody else at System 4? We're taken care of. What does that mean? You got ID'd as a salesperson? You got ID'd as a salesperson because you missed your opening line. What's your opening line, Adam? It's not a great time, but go ahead. What is it? Salesperson. But that's okay to say. That's one of the possible script lines. She's at that point. What would you say? What did I hear you do yesterday, Edie? It's not a bad time. Go ahead. That's fair. I know you were attempting to say it for a buck. Well, give me back a coin. There's no try. You either do or do not. Dan's memorized that line. Dan, how many times do you think you've said that line over the phone? Hundreds. As an actor, you've become reliable in using that line. Gene, I'll suggest to you that when you're ready to be Attila the Hun on the call and you're really feeling mean and tough, open the other way. This is a sales call. I need to take 30 seconds of your time to ask you one question. Nina, try 100 calls, no less than 100 calls, with Dan's opening line. Repeat the line again, Dan. What's this about?
I'm not too sure if you're the person who spelled this, but I can tell you why I called, and then you can decide if we should give the speak or if it's someone else has to speak.
I mean, this guy's studied his script. If the calls we play back are that good, Dan, you're gonna be in good shape.
You're not gonna be in good shape.
Okay, so now we're gonna play back a few calls. I've got 13 of these numbered. You want them back in this order? And I got a whole bunch beyond that. Absolutely. You want to go not okay on purpose. Start with one.
Start with Tim number one. We'll probably just skip that one right there because I think that's a double call. Yeah, it is because it's the same kilobytes.
Same telephone number.
Right, same telephone number.
Okay, Tim number one. Huntington Learning Centers. Obviously a place that doesn't need janitorial services.
That would be a correct statement.
I don't know why it would be a correct statement.
You have good intuition. Don't be leaving, Tim. You need to hear this.
Huntington Learning Center, this is Kirsten. Can I help you?
Hi, Kirsten. My name's Tim. I haven't caught you at a bad time this morning, have I?
Kind of. What can I help you with?
I'm looking for a little bit of help, and I'm not sure if you're the person in the company I would need to speak to. I'm hoping to take 30 seconds of your time, tell you why I'm calling, and then you can decide if we need to speak further. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Adam, what do you think? 1 to 10. 10 is perfect. 1 needs a lot of help. 5 is in the middle. An 8. Why'd you give him only an 8? No, it wasn't a 10.
Like a 9.5 though.
But it was definitely in the 9.5. The start on it was a little weaker than you could be.
Kirsten, I work for System 4. You've probably never heard of us. We do a commercial cleaning in the Columbus area. And typically when I speak with...
Nina, that's how you slip in your company. Integrated Protection Services. IPS is still a buzzword. Andy hasn't spent $15 million like Kevin has on advertising on WKRC TV.
You don't think when he said I work for System 4, you probably never heard of it. Should he just stop at that point and let her say yes or no?
System 4 is not descriptive.
I'm just trying to.
Integrated Protection Services is a little bit more descriptive of what you do. System 4, you're in computer software. You must get that 95% of the time.
Yep.
System 4.
Half the places I've gone to state people would call System 4.
Oh, floor. Oh, it's a New York accent.
managers and facilitators such as yourself. I'm hearing that they're frustrated with cleaning services that don't do what they say, angry that they have to babysit their cleaners, and sometimes they're just embarrassed when they come in the morning. It looks like their place hasn't been cleaned the night before. I don't know what's going on at your business, but what kinds of problems are you having with your service?
We're actually okay with our service. We only use it once a week. And
Just okay?
yeah, I mean, that's fine.
What went wrong?
He didn't give her, he didn't say which one of these is, which of these happened to you, and then she said nothing, then he was.
That's not in the script. No pressure cold call, so it's not a deal with the violence. Then there's not.
This was a no pressure cold call. Okay. I don't want, this is what was missing. I don't want to pretend like I know your business, but is any of that relevant, worthy of a conversation?
Right, I probably gotta change that line a little bit just because.
Tim's coming up with his own.
Yeah,
I
okay.
cleared
His
that.
elected script.
I didn't say that. I just think it opens
Look,
up.
look, in your world, Tim, in your world, where you're doing 200 telephone calls a day, blow a half a day, do it your way for 100 attempts, and keep track of your success rate. Do it the script way 100 times, and look at the success rate. Okay? If you get a success rate your way of 2, but you get a success of 6 on the second 100 using it as the script, I would suggest to you that the script might be better.
What if it was the reverse?
Then stay in the Tim world, okay, for that one line. But that's a strong line.
I just thought.
You got to psychologically hook the people. What I didn't hear was a strong enough psychological hook. I'll play it back again.
You don't need to say that. You can go into the next call.
So we're at 1:04 out of 3:10.
I know, but I got 3 calls, so we can move on to the next.
It's fine.
Now, if there's one thing you'd want to see him improve on, can you think of anything?
Well, the one thing would be,
Appointment getter. Open your appointment getter, Tim. What is the line?
Nobody's perfect. If you're saying you're supposed to do one thing better, what would it be?
Oh, so you know the line.
I just messed it up.
You short-circuited it.
Yeah.
Okay. The Broadway play doesn't work well. You know, if Mel Brooks was sitting here and you screwed up some of his lines from the producers, he'd verbally tongue lash you. And if you did it 3 or 4 times, he'd say, "We're going to have a new casting call for your position. You stick to the words that I wrote because they work in the script." Okay?
No, I meant to do that. I just screwed it up.
I know. So we're going to move to the next call because that one didn't happen right. No, we're going to keep going.
be something that I don't think anyone can do. I know they're not allowed to move things to dust. But
Now,
so
if you had a company that could get that done for you, would you be interested in taking a look at what it?
It should have sounded like,
Well, I should have said it, but we can't do it either, is what I should have said.
what you should have said is, let's pretend we could dust. Where you
Well, I
want,
should have said we can't do that.
let's pretend. Look, your job on this telephone call is to knock out the confidence that the prospect has in their existing vendor. Let's pretend we could. What would you be telling me to do next?
You could have said that line. I would have been happy if you would have said that line that you just said.
Write it down, Tim. Let's pretend. Okay, knock this prospect to the ground by using a child ego state invoking statement.
Put it on for you?
sure.
Okay. Well, Kirsten, sounds like you're getting ready to invite us in. What day were you thinking would be a good time for us to come out there and give you a quote?
Well, I honestly don't know it would be a good day, but if you want to just stop in, because we're a small business, so it's not like I need to take you on a tour.
Are you
So,
free
and we
to
only
Saturday
spend about, I forget what our bill is, my partner takes care of all that, but I want to say it's only maybe $100 a month.
For once a week?
Right.
Now, if we were to stop out there like Friday around 10 a.m., would that be a good time for you to?
Actually, no, we're not open until 3 on Fridays. So it would have to be Monday through Thursday.
How's Monday at 10 a.m.?
Next Monday?
That'd be the 17th.
That'd be fine. Someone should be here to let you just walk through and then leave a quote.
Okay, Kirsten.
Gene, you want to do a walkthrough and leave a quote? Dan, you want to do a walkthrough and leave a quote? Hey, Tim. You want to drive to Columbus and then do a walkthrough and leave a quote? No, for $100. 100 a month. Oh, is it 100 a month?
You just want to email that to me. Yeah, but still, that's fine.
Tim's going to do it, from 6 p.m. to midnight in Columbus. Next. That was a no prospect.
Tim. Vito. When we get to Edie's, I want you to listen to how Edie asks for Vito.
Hello.
Oh, are we going to listen to Tim again? Again?
Yeah, do Tim number 2.
Or 2A? They're the same call.
Zimmer, Ohio.
Zimmer.
Please hold while I try that extension.
Bonnie, my name's Tim. Tracy isn't there today, is she?
Yes she is. Let me transfer you. Hold on, please.
Thank you.
Tim, do you have a last name?
Gallagher.
Tim, do you have a last name? That's the right answer. Now, if you feel this compelling problem that you got to tell your last name, why don't you say something like, just tell her it's Gallagher. Drop the Tim. I think with your name, you're going to get through more often. Just tell her it's Gallagher. Yeah, Sledge-O-Matics.
Name?
Gallagher.
Gallagher, one moment, please. Thank you. Of course, everybody has a last name.
No, my name could be Madonna.
Hey, man, McDonald's has to show all the calories in their french fries now, so.
Yeah.
Hold on, you okay? Thank
Alright.
you. Sure.
She was laughing. I'm okay.
This includes orthopedic surgeons and healthcare professionals.
Hi, this is Tracy. How can I help you?
Hey, Tracy, my name's Tim. Haven't caught you at a bad time this afternoon, have I?
No, you're fine. How can I help you?
Tracy, I'm looking for a little bit of help, and I'm not sure if you're the person in the company I need to speak to. What I'm going to do is take 30 seconds of your time, tell you why I'm calling, and you tell me if we would need to talk further. Would that be okay?
Sure.
All right. Tracy works for System 4. Probably never heard of us, have you?
Nope.
Okay, so we do commercial cleaning in the Columbus area. And typically we speak with business professionals such as yourself. I'm hearing they're frustrated with cleaning companies that don't do what they say, and they're angry they have to babysit their cleaners all the time. And sometimes they're even embarrassed when they walk in and it looks like their place hadn't been cleaned the night before. I don't want to sound like I know what's going on with your business. What kinds of problems are you having with your cleaning service?
Two things. Number one, in the flip from pain indicator 1 to pain indicator 2 to pain indicator 3, I would use other times. Other times, they tell me. And then, again, in the hook question, you're using your hook question, not the one in the script.
That's a loaded question.
Well, I got all that.
The Sandler answer in the appointment getter would have been, Dan. Before she said, it's a loaded question. What would you say next, Nina?
Tell me a little bit more about that.
Dave Sandler would have said, which means just keep it simple. Hit the tennis ball back to her side of the court.
Just a lack of, you know.
Can you be a little more specific?
We have to babysit.
Really? And how long has that been a problem for you?
I couldn't tell you
Good move on her.
because I've only been in the position that I'm in for a couple months, but it's
Oh,
been
really?
a constant. Yeah, it's been a complaint for a while though. That much I do know.
I've only been in the position for a couple of months, Adam. What do you say next?
You're not the person that hired us, like that.
You want to lighten this up a little bit? Kind of stuck to sit in the chair for a couple of months.
But But you didn't hire them, though, right? So
I did not.
you inherited them. Okay.
I did.
Since you've been in the position, have you tried to do anything to fix the problem?
There's no trying. What have you done?
Oh,
I know that something has been said, but that's about all I can tell you.
and Tracy, can I make a suggestion to you?
Sure.
Okay, would it make sense for you to invite one of my cleaning service representatives in?
Adam, was that positive or negative? Would it make any sense for you? Yeah, you got to get that no in there, Tim. Probably wouldn't make any sense to invite one of my diagnostic technicians in to see if anyone else might be able to do something better. That doesn't make sense, does it? And she's got to prove you're wrong. Say, oh, it does make sense.
Do a quick diagnostic of your facility walkthrough with you, and then we can leave you with a proposal.
I'd have to get the
And then leave you with a proposal. You want to leave people with a proposal, Dan, or you want to take the order?
Probably wouldn't make sense to invite one of my guys in to discuss his concerns you shared with me and see if we can be able to help with it.
Oh, it would. What would you say next? Open up, if they're within 25 miles of the office. You know, if this is in Fort Wayne, we're going to have to dig a little bit deeper to make sure we're not wasting time.
okay from my boss, but if you want to give me your phone number, you actually called it a really good time, so.
Okay. Well, Tracy, would you want to go ahead and maybe set something up for next week? And if
What's the boss's name? What's the boss's name? This is the killer.
your boss says maybe just tell me back to cancel it.
I'm still too new in the position to make that, to be okay with that decision. So let me go ahead and take your name and phone number, and he's actually here, so I can get with him, and then I can call you back.
Okay, Tracy, my number is 614
Mm-hmm.
461
Mm-hmm.
3143.
3143. Then your name?
And my name.
Who's got the initiative here, Dan? Does Tim Gallagher have the initiative, our assertive guy, or does the prospect have the initiative? Oh, when the prospect has initiative, you think Tim is going to win or lose? What do you think, Edie? Lose. Definite future means you're going to be in control, Tim. When should I call you back after you've had the opportunity to talk to your boss? By the way, what was your boss's name? Write it down. You're going to be talking to the boss.
Name's Tim.
And Tim, the name of your company?
System and then the number 4.
Okay. Alrighty, I'll be in touch hopefully by the end of the day.
All right, great. I'm here till 5 o'clock.
Alrighty, thank you.
She's got total control. Yeah, okay. Adam, turn around and see if the recorder is on. Yeah. Yeah, it's going. Red? It's a black and white screen. It says REC. Yeah. I got the red light on here. There's battery. There's a pile of batteries there. No, that wasn't Vito. We're not gonna listen to Tim again, are we? No. We're gonna go to Dan. Dan at Sun Chemicals.
Hello, and thank you for calling Sun Chemicals, the experts in color for more than. Please wait. Hello, Sun Chemical, how can I help you?
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Fine.
Root canal, root canal. I got a root canal today.
James wouldn't be in, would he? James Williams? I'm sorry, I wouldn't know. I can just direct your call, okay? Hold on.
7 minutes.
Jim. Hi, Jim. I'm Dan. I got you at a bad time. How about you? No. Do you remember speaking with me? Does my name ring a bell at all for you? Dan Knapp? No. Who are you with? With System 4.
I'm here by myself. Who are you with? By the way, you always say Dan Knapp as your name? Or what name do you use? Dan. What's your pseudonym on stage? Dan. Why don't you become Tyrone?
You want me to be Tyrone for a week?
Yeah, be Tyrone for a week, okay? See if Tyrone does a better job of acting. Sales is a Broadway play act. Tyrone?
Sorry, I'm not sure that it would. Jim, I'll just refresh you. I work here in the north of Kentucky and greater Cincinnati area, and I help individuals with their commercial janitorial cleaning. Last time we spoke, you currently said that MSC was doing all the...
Where is it in the script that says last time I spoke? That's not in our script, is it? This has been a common problem from telemarketers and a lot of companies, reading the notes back to the prospect. A, they don't remember. B, the facts may have changed. And C, you don't even know if you're really talking to the same guy because you don't recognize his voice. Yeah, I talk to a lot of people every day. I got a terrible email yesterday. One of my friend's wives died in Sandler, Tom up in Cleveland. And I didn't even know she was sick. She was only 58 years old, so I called him last night. Didn't get him on the phone. He called me back like at 1 in the morning. My phone was turned off. I listened to the message. And I know Tom for 18 years. I didn't recognize his voice. So they're not going to recognize you, and they're not going to remember.
Cleaning right now for you. You said they were doing all right. It's been pretty much okay. They haven't really, you couldn't think of anything off the top of your head that you've had any issues with. Well,
That's all extraneous fluff.
Extraneous fluffs, and you're giving the prospect ammunition.
No, they're doing a lot better now.
Oh, yeah. They were doing good then. Now they're doing even better, but thanks for asking.
the question to you is, how's it still going for you?
Well, I think they're still doing a good job. Really haven't really had time to really evaluate. Look at trying to don't get anybody else in here now. So we're probably just gonna ride them out to the end of the year.
Okay, because what we wanted to do is see if there is an opportunity to maybe increase your guys' service and at the same time be more cost effective for you. To see if we could be a
I want to stick with the same guy that I've got. Appointment getter card, Adam, is. I'm sticking with the same guy. I'm going to ride it out to the end of the year. Gene, is that a ridiculous statement or what? Call a ridiculous statement a ridiculous statement. Go to your appointment getter. Get closer to Kevin so you can read over his shoulder.
I understand you've looked at other cleaning proposals and you haven't changed. Your service is excellent. Your price is great. And is that a fair statement?
I'm going to ride it out to the end of the year. What does that mean?
Bear with the problem, then I don't really want to fix it. Does it hurt bad enough to fix it? Are you saying you're not open to looking at a better way, assuming there is one? What if there weren't good?
I'm looking around. That's it. What? Riding it out. Why? You know, Adam, if you had a cell phone that doesn't work and you drops calls, would you ride it out to the end of your contract, or would you go to some other vendor who will buy out your contract, get you out, help you get out of the contract? Would you endure the pain of losing calls? Yeah, I have a contract with Time Warner for telecommunications services here, and I'm not happy with the performance. We continuously have screw-ups and failures. You don't have to in your business. So, a guy from a different telecommunications company, Gene, calls me and says, "Can I come out and see you to talk to you about your issues?" I said, "Sure, come on out." I sat down with him, told him what we got, what I want. I said, "Can you give me a proposal?" He said, "Sure." You know what he does, Nina? He emailed me a brochure. He didn't come back with a proposal. He's not anxious for me to buy. I'm not anxious to buy. I'll find someone who's anxious. If this is the way he treats me pre-sale, how is he going to treat me post-sale?
Resource in the future. Do you feel like it would be unfair to MSC to look at what else might be available to you in the marketplace?
Oh, no.
Okay, all right. And
Why are you doing that, acknowledge? What should you have said? That's good. That's Tyrone. He's tough. Tyrone might be wearing a gold chain. Would Tyrone pick a fight? So this prospect said, let's listen to it back, and Tyrone, pick a fight with this guy.
a resource in the future. Do you feel like it would be unfair to MSC to look at what else might be available to you in the marketplace?
Oh, no.
Okay, all right.
That's not picking a fight. Why? Why would you look at someone else? Because you got no traction with this prospect. Zero. You're on thin ice. Let's get some traction. You send Gene out, you want to give him some good pain indicators, right? What do you got now as a pain indicator? I'm riding out my contract in January. Gene, you like that sales call? Why would you look at somebody else? Pick a fight, Tyrone.
And well, I was just saying that if, let's pretend if there is a way that we could increase the service and we are more cost effective, what would happen next?
Just whenever their contract was up, we just wouldn't renew it and we'd go with somebody else.
Oh, okay, so you guys were actually on a...
Adam, was that positive or negative? How should it have been, Tyrone? Yeah. Sure. Listen real hard.
Ride them out to the end of the year.
Okay, because what we wanted to do is see if there is an opportunity to maybe increase your guys' service and at the same time be more cost effective for you, to see if we could be a resource in the future. Do you feel like it would be unfair to MSC to look at what else might be available to you in the marketplace?
Steve, you know, you haven't heard the rest, the beginning of the call. Just give me an opinion. You think Dan is over-speaking this prospect on the phone? Dan, the ratio is supposed to be 70% for the prospect and 30% for the salesperson. You're saying too much. Reverse this guy. Negative reverse this guy. Tie his shoelaces together, verbally. No, Mr. Nice Guy. Tyrone is an evil son of a bitch, okay? Got that? Tyrone is an evil son of a bitch. Say that loud. Now, on the phone, Tyrone doesn't let any of these prospects get away with any of that bullshit, okay? No bullshit. Oh, good. So what would Tyrone have said there? Would he have said okay?
No.
What would he have said?
You wouldn't want a cleaning company that actually
Dan.
Can I say something you don't want to hear?
Bingo. Write that line down, please, Dan. Is it okay if I tell you something you didn't want to hear?
Most commercial cleaning contractors.
You're being screwed by your cleaning company and you're willing to endure it.
Can Dan finish what he was going to say?
Go ahead.
Most commercial cleaning contracts aren't worth the paper they're written on.
Ours included.
That's why we don't have a contract. We have a service agreement. Probably wouldn't want to work with a company that actually stands behind the work you do.
And that's how we keep our clients long term. Do we need to listen to more of that, Dan? Do we need to listen to more of that 7-minute call? We've been crucified enough. Okay, now we're going to hear Tyrone as Dan in call number 2 at Cimatech. Kill him. This is going to be a killer call.
Thank you for calling Sigmatech Systems. For product information and sales, press 1. For technical support, press 2. For accounting, press 3. For human resources, press 4. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it now. For a company directory, press 9. For the upper... Please say the name of the person. Press 7 for Q and 9 for Z. Ashley. To cancel, please hold. Good morning, Sigmatech. This is Beth.
Good morning, Beth.
55 seconds to get a live person.
May I help you?
I bet I'm Dan. I have a customer that
This is Dan. I'm actually not too sure if you can help me, Beth, but I can tell you why I called, and then you can decide if we should continue to talk or if it's someone else I should be speaking to. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Beth, I work here in the northern Kentucky and greater Cincinnati area, and I help individuals with their commercial janitorial cleaning. But typically, actually, when I've been speaking with decision makers, I've been hearing they've been upset with their cleaning companies not meeting expectations and frustrated with the terrible service. And let's face it, angry they have to babysit their cleaners. Beth, I don't want to pretend like I know your business, but this isn't relevant to you, is it?
No, actually, we're happy.
Okay, so you guys actually have an outside service going on right now, or is it all done in-house?
No, we have someone else.
Okay, so you got to know. What do you do on a no? You reverse the no.
nobody's perfect. If they could be doing one thing better, what would it be?
In your script, what does it say to say when they go, no, we don't need a new janitorial service? Shopping list. You shopping list the pains that you typically cure there. You don't have a problem with bathrooms that aren't right, petty cash disappearing.
Cleaner showing up on time.
Yeah, the shopping list.
Yes, one outside. Do you mind me asking that? Who's currently doing your cleaning right now for you?
Danica?
Annie's doing the cleaning? And how many times do they actually clean your facility?
I could,
You could have gone with Canada. Great people over there. We've taken a lot of clients from. Some good folks over there, right?
That's right out of the appointment, McKenna. That's right.
2.
2 times a month or 2 times a week?
2 times a week.
2 times a week? Well, nobody's perfect, Beth. If Antigo could just do one thing better on the cleaning tasks they're performing, what would that be?
I'm not for sure.
Well, if you were sure.
That was a good reverse, Tyrone.
I'm not for sure, sir. I don't know.
What do you do there, Steve? I'm not sure a second time. Gene, what would you do? Good. Tyrone would do what? Tyrone would be easy or tough? Tough. Yeah, let's pretend you did know. No BS. Just get. Play it back a little.
Not for sure, sir. I don't know.
Not okay. Not okay. Tough, assertive Tyrone would say what, Dan?
Let's pretend that typically one problem is
Let's get serious here. Tyrone won't give up an inch. Don't let it give up an inch. Tough. Give me 100 telephone calls with tough Tyrone. Next Friday, we'll all be laughing on the floor, and you'll get 50 face-to-face meetings.
To see what else might be available to you.
We review it every couple,
Every about 6 months.
She said a nasty word. Did you hear it, Steve? Nina? We. She went to corporate we. That's definitely listening. You got to listen to what they say. When they he got the right answer, not even you. Critical difference. Critical difference. When they say we, where are we going to go, Dan? Bingo. You can't get a double on that one. You know, and when they say we, that means me and my wife. We review all the janitorial bills. Then you know who the decision makers are, and you know who to send Tough Gene out to see.
So it's been about then. Well, do you think that
No, it hasn't been that long that we've done it. I mean, we just got a quote from Coverall not too long ago.
got a quote from Coverall?
Got a quote from Coverall. What does Tough Tyrone say? Tough comical, Tyrone says. What? I got a quote from Coverall. Oh, yeah. Friends, Romans, and countrymen, lend me your ears. That's what you got? 4 and 7 years. Give them a quote back. Some famous American quote. Look. It's not. That might be worth a coin. That's not what Coverall could do for you. That's what you could do for Coverall. That's a quote. Prospects make mistakes on the phone. Call them on it, Tyrone. Got it? Nice guy, Dan. Lets him off the hook easy. Steve, you want to make $200,000 in your business this year? 400? Steve, you can be easy, Steve, or tough Tyrone. Tough Tyrone's going to make the 200 grand. Easy Steve will make 50. Which do you want to be? It's up to you, man. You want to be tough Tyrone and make 200? It's okay to be tough. Because this lady didn't buy anything from System 4. You have nothing to lose. You can't, Sandler rule, you can't lose anything you didn't have. You don't have this one. You don't have to be a nice guy. We'll listen to Edie Bookman. She's going to be tough, right to the point, and on target. Brandy's meats. Wait. What, Dan, did you say being an asshole? Okay. I'm not asking you to be an asshole here. What, you know what I'm asking you to be? An actor. Actor. On stage, lines, tough mental attitude. These people are BSing you. You shoot holes in them. Okay? Negative reverse them. Don't believe them. You got to feel good about yourself when that call is over. Nina, could you be tough? Who are you going to be on the phone setting up the meeting?
Negative Nina.
You can be Natasha over the phone, and then Natasha will send out Nina. Okay? You know, Kevin, if you ever got a call from a prospect that said, you know, you've got a nasty guy named Tyrone on the phone. You ever get that call? Then you guys aren't being tough enough. Almost doesn't count. You're still here.
Pretty beef.
This is Edie, and you are?
Brandon.
Brandon, who there has the authority to hire the cleaning service?
What should you have said, Edie? Anything negative there, okay? When you go positive, you ask the prospect to hit you in the head. Since I don't like to get hit in the head, at least anymore, I go negative. You know, yesterday at Rotary, our guest speaker was Buddy LaRosa. What a strange guy he is. It's funny, he wouldn't even admit to eating a lot of his pizza. He admitted to eating a lot of pasta. But one of the things that was interesting about Buddy, because he's a short guy, really thick glasses. You know what his favorite avocation is? He's a West Sider, Steve. What?
Budno Avenue is where he started.
Yeah, Budno. But what else did he do in his part-time, his spare time?
High school sport.
Which high school sport?
Howler.
Boxing. He's a boxer. He started 5 gyms. He loves boxing. This is boxing on the phone with these people, folks.
That'd be Bob. Hold on a minute.
I'll hold while you connect me.
You already won. You didn't have to execute that line.
There is a comment that I did want to make, though. Edie did use the negative on that, but she is getting sure to get the veto by asking that question. That is one of the lines in our script. She didn't execute it right. And part of the reason why you're not getting where you need to be is because you're not going off, same thing with you, going off names.
That oversees the manufacturing facility.
No, but back it up just a little bit. Listen to what she said. This is absolutely a line in our script.
Probably a little too much. Music is softening you up, Tim.
Bob Edie Bookman. I'm guessing that my name doesn't ring a bell, does it?
What's the name again, please? I'm in the back office.
That was perfect, Edie. It was perfect. You ignored his comment, ran your script. That's what Tyrone should do.
What's your
I
name?
work Edie Bookman.
Edie Bookman, okay.
And your name is?
I haven't caught you at a bad time, have I?
I'm sorry, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
I haven't caught you at a bad time, have I?
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
I'm looking for a little bit of help, and I'm not sure if you're the person in your company who could help me. May I take 30 seconds and tell you the purpose of my call, and you can decide if we should continue to talk further? Is that fair?
That's fine.
I work for System.
That was on script, perfect, Steve. You need to steal that line and use it in your world a lot.
Forward here in Cincinnati. You've probably never heard of us.
No.
We're a commercial cleaning company, and typically when I speak with business owners like yourself, I hear things like I'm frustrated with cleaning companies who don't do what they say they would do. Other times they tell me what makes them really angry is they're constantly having to babysit their cleaning service. And other times I hear them say they're embarrassed how dirty their facility looks when they have customers and visitors. And I don't want to pretend like I know your business, but is any of this relevant and worth a conversation?
Well, we clean in-house, so. We
And it's always
We clean in-house. What does that mean, Nina? What would Tyrone say? Tough, sorry.
Can I tell you something that may upset you? Typically when we speak to companies like yourself,
Tyrone wouldn't say it like that.
would,
How would Tyrone say it?
Can I tell you something you probably don't want to hear?
Yeah.
typically when we speak with companies such as yours that do clean in-house, we find that they spend twice as much as using an outside service.
You probably wouldn't,
Not like that.
you probably wouldn't want to find out if that's
Tough. Say the line tough, Tyrone. Go ahead. How would you say it? We clean in-house.
Can I tell you something you probably don't want to hear?
Sure.
We typically find that they spend more time and more money in-house than what a professional bond service is.
Tim.
You're paying twice
Wait.
as much as you have to.
Wait. Characterize the difference in tonality between what Dan just did and what you did the first time. On the phone, you got the words and you got the tonality.
All right, so you need to do something like, can I tell you something you don't want to hear? You're paying twice as much as you have to by using your employees to clean as opposed to outsourcing it.
Good. That's better. Dan was louder, he was clearer, he was more distinct, and he hit the words. As an actor in the play, I want Tyrone to hit those words hard. If you're mumbling and eating your own words, changing your pitch so that the prospect believes you don't even believe what you're saying, you're going to lose the prospect. You're in the play.
Offices and everything, yeah.
And everyone's covered under workers' comp?
Yeah, well, yeah, they're my employees, yeah.
Workers' comp as janitors or office workers? By the way, Steve, cleaning in-house, what does that mean to you? What would Abbott and Costello do to that? Bingo. Throw the prospect off his or her game by intentionally misinterpreting their words when they use words like that.
Would it be too ridiculous to get like, who does your cleaning? You say we clean in-house.
We clean in-house.
Who cleans your outhouse? Would that be too ridiculous to go? We don't want to clean the outhouse. No, outhouse.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Look, what you're doing by taking it that far is moving it towards ridiculous, and that's okay in this case. It's okay.
We typically find that in-house services are twice the cost of an outside service.
Well, we do it here,
We typically find inside services are twice the cost of outside services. Okay? The difference in tonality between me and you was you were raising your pitch. You were raising your pitch, putting a question mark in there. There's no question mark. Tyrone won't have a question mark. He'll have an exclamation point, right? You don't want to see if it's happening at your facility, do you? Forceful, assertive. Even if you get half as assertive as that was, you'd do better.
Can you take it one step further and say, typically we find when you're doing it in-house, you're paying twice as much. You wouldn't be interested in finding out how to cut that bill in half, would you?
What would Jack Nicholson say?
You can't handle the truth.
Okay, no. How would he deliver that? Jack, what would Jack say? How would Jack say the line?
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Wouldn't Jack say something like, most people pay twice as much as they have to when they use their own people. That's the wrong way to do it. You don't want to know the right way. Wouldn't Jack say it that way? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got to know the right way. Open up your calendar. I'll send Dan, our technician, over. He'll tell you the right way. Turn it into a face-to-face meeting. That's what you're paid to do, right? Flip this guy over.
40 hours in, they all chip in and clean out the offices and the break rooms, and so right now I'm pretty happy with it.
Pretty happy means. So it probably doesn't make any sense if people finish their work in 35 hours to only pay them 35 hours. Let them go home and bring in a cleaning crew that knows what they're doing. And the overall effect would be to lower your cost of doing business, increase your profit. You don't want to do that. Please? I thought this was this must be a non-profit. Please? Sometimes it feels that way, but if the company makes more profit, that doesn't affect you, does it, Steve?
What's the name of this company?
Meat shop.
Brandy's Meats. You ran that sales call?
That's Brandy Meat? Oh, I think it's just,
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
This is Kathy's Happy Organs and Pianos. Yeah, Kathy's Happy Organs. Tyrone is going to have a...
Kathy's Happy Organs and Pianos. This is Edie, and you are? This is Kathy Schwartz. What can I help you with?
Kathy,
Is this Happy Kathy Schwartz?
this is Edie Bookman. I'm guessing that my name doesn't ring a bell, does it?
No. Edie,
Not a big deal. Wasn't sure it would. Kathy, I haven't caught you at a bad time, have I?
no, what's the problem?
I'm looking for a little bit of help, and I'm not sure if you're the person in your company who can help me. May I take 30 seconds and tell you the purpose of my call? And then
Okay.
you can decide if we should continue to talk further. Is that fair?
Okay.
I work for System 4 here in Cincinnati. You probably never heard of us.
No, that's right.
We're a commercial cleaning company.
You really want to go negative with someone named Happy Kathy? Just positive.
And typically when I speak with business owners like yourself, I hear things like, I'm frustrated with cleaning companies who don't do what they say they would do. Other times they tell me what makes them really angry is that they're constantly having to babysit their cleaning service. And other times I hear them say they're embarrassed how dirty their facility looks when they have customers and visitors. And
She did it right. She got the other times in. It's a great transition between pain indicator 1 and pain indicator 2 and pain indicator 3.
You're saying other times, like 3 times. and then
Twice.
one little paragraph.
Twice.
It just seems redundant.
It's a smooth transition.
Other times than this time.
Tyrone won't have a problem with it, Tim.
Then it works. I'm impressed.
You know, Tyrone won't have a problem. Tim might have a problem.
I don't want to pretend like I know your business, but is any of this relevant and worth a conversation?
Dead on, 100% accurate.
No, ma'am, because we clean our own stuff. We don't hire out. Thank you very much.
And it's always been done in-house?
Always been done in-house.
And
We
everyone's
just take
covered
the-
under
Yeah, we
workers'
just
comp?
yes, we just take turns, okay?
All right.
Happy Kathy got a little sneeze.
Yeah, she's not so happy.
What went wrong?
The call was obviously over. She should have went.
Kathy gave her a no. You got to go to your shopping list. This is the second time we've heard it today. Go to the shopping list litany of problems that you cure that weren't covered in pain 1, 2, or 3.
Really, you're not having problems?
Steve, in your world, just give us a litany of problems that your company, changing it forward, can cure for people.
So you're not.
Let's count these. Just count these up.
Chemicals in the home, better nutrition, better finances, better environment.
What else? Can you help people get feeling more energetic?
Yeah, I like the nutrition.
Nutrition? What medical conditions can you help?
Cholesterol, blood pressure.
Men's prostate health? You got a product for that? Keep going. Constipation. Look. You came up with 9 bullets for the gun. That's much better than 3. If the first 3 bullets don't hit target, Steve, either you fire the other 9 bullets or the other 8 bullets. Don't be afraid to empty the magazine into this prospect's head.
So they say no, then you say, so you're not having any problems with...
Bum, 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 bum.
Do you haven't had any problems? Could you go even simple on that and just go, so you haven't had any problems with the cleanliness of the restrooms?
You haven't had any problems with the health department? You haven't had any problems with the cleanliness of your restrooms? You haven't had a problem with employee absenteeism? You haven't had a problem with workers' comp because someone's hurt their back while mopping the floor? You haven't had a problem with the trash cans not being cleaned properly? You haven't had a problem with blah, 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 blah?
Would you do that in rapid fire?
Absolutely on a no. We've already fired 3 bullets that didn't hit home. So, Steve, in your business, you should have 20 bullets at the top of your tongue or written on a chart in front of you on the phone so you can fire those bullets. Nina, yeah.
You say, are any of these worth a conversation? They say no. You say, I wasn't sure. You probably don't have any concerns about, and then you go to rapid fire. You don't have to say, you're not concerned about this, you're not concerned about that. You don't have any problems with germicidal cleaning your restroom. Yeah, you go down your boom, boom, boom.
It's not unusual. But people tell us that they have problems with boom, 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 boom. You might get a hit. You might not.
You don't, you go to a safer.
Yeah. Or to a referral on flypaper.
Did you ever go to, when you go into that, can I tell you something you probably don't want to hear?
Sure.
And then,
How would Tyrone say that?
Can I tell you something that you don't want to hear?
More powerful, Tyrone. No, we don't have any of those problems.
Then can I tell you something that you probably don't want to hear?
Sure.
We typically find that when employees
Tougher.
are cleaning,
Tougher, Tyrone.
we typically find when employees are cleaning and the position with they're not enrolled under workers' comp, that with a slip and fall, you would be liable, and that wouldn't be a problem, right?
Could be.
That's not an issue that you want to fix today, right?
Yeah, I might. Tyrone's going to be a tough guy. Okay? Tyrone's not wimpy. Tyrone follows the script. Now we got to move down to the next one. Another Edie Bookman. I don't know why it came up. It says Hooper Exterminating, but this will be the 3rd from Edie. So we're going to go over to Dan. Dan and American Truck Beautification. Truck beautification?
Bethesda Drive. Marilyn would be in it.
No, damn it.
Yes, she is.
A lot of rings to get it.
One more ring.
3 minutes and 11 seconds, the right length.
American Truck Beautification. Yeah, Michael isn't available, is he? Speaking. Hi, Michael. My name's Dan Netter. I haven't caught you at a bad time, have I? A little bit. What's up? You want me to call you back? System 4 here in Cincinnati, and you probably never heard of us. But we're a commercial cleaning company. And typically when I speak to business owners like yourselves, I hear things like, I'm frustrated with the cleaning company, it doesn't do what they say they're going to do. You know, other times they tell me that they're really angry that, that they have to come in on the weekends and clean their own business. And lastly, you know, I hear they say that they're embarrassed at how dirty their facility looks when they have customers and visitors. Michael, I don't want to make any... Well, I have a paint and body shop. Yeah, we work with quite a few of those. I don't know if it would make sense for me to come out and show you what we normally do at most locations, would it?
So, Edie, is he on script, off script? What percentage on script? A little off. Yeah. Are we, Gene, getting good traction, or are we slipping a little bit? We're slipping big time.
Maybe if you'd like to give me a call next week. I'd be happy to... The floor...
Give me a call next week. What would you say, Steve? Tough guy.
What day, what time?
Tougher guy, Gene.
What's gonna happen next week?
Why should I call you next week? Maybe we should just set up a meeting.
Why don't I just come out and meet you next week?
I'd be happy to call you next week, but why don't we just set the time to stop by?
I'd be happy to... The floors, the offices...
You follow what happened there?
Is that the thing?
That's the thing, Skip, and there wasn't that much back and forth.
It seemed like both of you were talking at the same time. It seemed like you were stepping on each other's line from a playing perspective. Let the other guy talk. even if I could clean better for you at a better, lower overall cost, you probably really don't want to see me. Because then you have to deal with the reality of paying more than you need to and not getting adequate janitorial services. Take it away from them. Gene, why do studded snow tires work better than regular snow tires? Traction. We got to get some traction on this call. In the end of the call, did you get a face-to-face schedule? Yeah, but no more begging.
Makes sense for me to stop by in the morning. Possibly, but if I'm busy, I won't have time to talk.
Possibly means?
I understand. Before you stop in.
Don't understand.
Okay, well, I'm going to plan on stopping in on Wednesday. If you're busy, I understand. Like I said, I'm going to be out.
That's the Dan situation, okay? You can be tough Jack on the phone. Let me send Jack out, okay? Ace Sanitation.
Good afternoon, Nathan.
Okay. This is another no-pressure cold call where you get jumped.
Nathan?
This isn't Linda, is it?
Yes?
Hi, Linda. This is Dan Metter. I'm guessing my name doesn't ring a bell, does it?
No?
Oh, not a big deal. I wasn't sure if it was. Linda, I'm looking for a little bit of help, and I'm not sure if you're the person over there who can help me. Can I take 30 seconds of the time, tell you the purpose of my call, and then you can decide if we even need to speak any further. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. I work with System 4 here in Cincinnati, and you've probably never heard of us. But we're a commercial cleaning company. And typically when I speak with business representatives and owners like yourself, I hear things like, I'm frustrated because I have to clean the dog.
Missing, is that fair? And
bathrooms by myself. Other times they tell me,
Yeah, we do it in-house,
Okay.
and there's only 15 of us, and
Uh-huh.
me and Debbie do all the clean.
15 of you? Startled astonishment? I thought you were going to tell me there's only one or two. What? Is he talking to the real decision maker? What? Of being astonished? If there's only one or two of you, it makes a lot of sense for you and your partner to clean the place yourself. You got 15 human beings working in the place. By the value of your time as an owner, I don't think, Steve, when you had the plant there made wood staircases, did you grab a broom every day and you had people that did that? Because the value of Steve's time might have been $150 an hour, and the guy pushing the broom was $10 an hour. That's why I'm going there. I don't think he's talking to the real decision maker. That's my problem. You think you're talking? Oh, you did? Yeah, you started right there, which put you into the box. And you may be taking money out of Linda's paycheck to pay System 4.
Can I tell you something that might affect you? About 70% of the time when people are cleaning in-house.
Not a decision maker, and you're taking an owner move. It's going to be effective. The outhouse move might have been more effective.
You want us to wait for them to respond and say,
Yeah.
yes, okay, and put it before we
significantly cheaper when you look at the full built-in cost. I don't know if that would warrant me coming out and finding out if you're one of...
How do you think your owner would feel about that? By the way, who would that be? Put on your studded snow tires, get traction, take a hard left.
One of the nine, but I'd be happy to if you'd have me.
No, not at this time. Thank you, Doug.
No problem. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
You were nice and pleasant. Maybe you have to be a tough son of a bitch like Tyrone. You going to steal that account now? Yeah. Some people are happy with less than satisfactory conditions, and that's okay. You're probably one of those. Let me mark it down. By the way, Dan, you're going to do the Vanna White move, okay? I should have done this earlier. Do that. The other way, the other way. That's the Sandler Award that they gave me in June for the first quarter. Yeah. Now we're going to listen to American Truck. Didn't we just listen to American Truck Beautification? Adam Rose, number 1, the Prairie Township. Was it that bad? 8 minutes.
Thank you for calling Prairie Township. If this is an emergency, hang up and dial 911. If you know your party's extension number, you may enter it at any time or listen to...
You always have your sound effect props ready.
While I transfer your call to...
Tracy. Prairie Township, this is Tracy.
Tracy, Adam Rose. Hi. I'm guessing my name doesn't ring a bell, does it?
No, I'm sorry. Not a big deal. We've never talked before. That's all.
Not a big deal. Wait a minute. You know, Adam, as far as you got, it's not a big deal. Don't spill your candy in the lobby. Spill your candy in the lobby. He sees it, okay, he just can't use the right word. Touch it would be a different story.
Why it doesn't. Oh, okay. Hey, Tracy, I haven't caught you at a bad time, have I?
Oh, no.
Just...
Now, Edie, do you hear the difference in tonality between Adam and you? He's pushing his pitch down. You're pushing your pitch up in a lot of places. So that's an advantage to push your pitch down. You don't sound like a telemarketer. He sounds like a businessman. You want to sound like a businesswoman.
Okay, well, right here. Okay, well, Tracy, I'm looking for a little bit of help. I'm not sure if you're the person in your company who can help me, man. Take 30 seconds of your time, tell you the purpose of my call, and you can decide if we should continue to talk further. Tracy?
You ask a question, you wait. You then exceeded your wait time in Adam's head, and you stole his line. It says in your script, shut up until they speak.
Yeah. Okay, well, Tracy, Tracy, I work with a lot of companies here in Columbus, and what I do is help them out with their commercial janitorial needs. Typically, when I speak to decision makers like yourself, I hear things like I'm frustrated with cleaning companies who become complacent, don't follow their work schedules. Other times they tell me things that really make them angry is that we're constantly having to babysit the cleaning crew. And other times, Tracy, I hear them say they're embarrassed with how their facility looks when they have customers or visitors. And I don't want to pretend like I know your business, Tracy, but is any of this relevant or worth the conversation?
As far as you got there, perfect. Right on. let's call it 2 minutes. That's great. Unfortunately, the call took 8 minutes. Let's see what happens.
We're always looking to improve in that area.
What should you say? What should he say next, Tyrone? Deny it. Anything to deny it.
No, I'm sorry. Not a big deal. We've never talked before. That's why it does.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Oh, okay. Your company can help me, man. Take 30 seconds of your time, tell you the purpose of my call, and you can decide if we should continue to talk further.
Right, they need to hear this again, Mike, anyway.
Tracy? Yeah. Okay, well, Tracy, Tracy, I work with a lot of companies here in Columbus, and what I do is help them out with their commercial janitorial needs. Typically, when I speak to decision makers like yourself, I hear things like I'm frustrated with cleaning companies who become complacent and don't follow their work schedules. Other times they tell me things that really make them angry is that they're constantly having to babysit the cleaning crew. And other times, Tracy, I hear them say they're embarrassed with how their facility looks when they have customers or visitors. And I don't want to pretend like I know your business, Tracy, but is any of this relevant or worth the conversation? We're always looking to improve in that area. Okay, well, tell me more about that. Well, I don't know. There's just, yeah.
Tell me more about that. Not as good as going into a denial, but you're taking them down the pain funnel.
Always the little things.
Okay, denial how?
Why? Why you want to get better? You're probably satisfied with what you got. I want all the pain indicators to fall out on the table. Easily. Early. I'd rather deal with a full plate of pain indicators than taking them one at a time. The biggest danger is if you get them down one pain funnel and there's more pain, they won't feel comfortable revealing to the telemarketer more pain. I'd rather get the shopping list all up front and then pick it and choose which one we're going to go down.
I think the one thing that we have a tough time with after a couple of vendors over the last 5 years is dusting. I mean, we just always have dusting. It just seems like their janitorial companies always have policies that keep them from dusting. And there's a lot of dust in the world. There's a lot of other little things.
You should have denied that. Dust can't be it.
That's the one. That's my. Really. That's kind of strange because most of the time the dust.
It's not unusual. I hear that a lot from clients that we take from other cleaning companies.
It should be one of the top things included in any work schedule. Yeah, and it seems to be, we get it in there, and then the problem is that, oh, well, we're not allowed to move things. Well, we can't clear all of our flat surfaces every.
Prairie Township. You guys have a lot of dust coming in every time you open the door. That must be prairie dust.
Friday, because it's a busy place. Yeah. Okay, well, can I make a suggestion?
Stop agreeing with them.
Sure. Okay, why don't you invite one of my sales representatives so the two of you can talk a little bit more about the cleaning issues we just discussed and see if we might be able to help you.
You just shot your guy in the back.
Hold on a second. We do this by contract, and let me see what kind of schedule we're on before we decide when that might be appropriate. Hold on a second. Not a problem.
You do it by contract. That's a terrible mistake. All of our clients work on service orders. So if there's ever a dispute or a problem, we're out of there. You mean you were taken over the calls and forced into a contract? You could later on. That's in your head, not necessarily in theirs.
end of May.
So we just entered into a new annual contract. So we're good.
What do? Just entered into a new contract. After he's told you, yeah.
Contracts are worth as much as they think worth. You're not ready to exit it, are you?
Why would he want to exit it?
Well, that's possible.
Well, in this call, why would he want to exit it?
Because John probably with us.
So what do we want to do? Throw gasoline on the fire or smother the fire?
Yeah.
A lot of gasoline or napalm is even better. So how would that sound?
You wouldn't want to find out how you can get out of that contract and get a company that can get your thing done the right way.
Cleaning? No.
Dust.
Dust removal? Yes. Dan?
Let's pretend that we could get you out of it, or we could solve all your problems with the dust, hit the budget that you're looking to stay under, and help you get out of that commercial cleaning contract. What would happen next?
I'll have you come in and talk to us.
But not today.
No, not today. Why don't you come in next week? But understand, when we throw that napalm on the little spark, dust, you probably haven't had a problem with absenteeism. Probably don't have any employees with asthma or allergies that are adversely being affected by the environment in your building. No, I hate the dust. You got to get the emotion out in this guy, not the logic. The logic says the contract doesn't expire until next May. That's logic. What's emotion? The logic is we have 23 people who work it. The emotion is I have 23 people in the building and I lose six days a month to asthma and allergy-related conditions reported by employees who take sick time. If you were the county administrator who needed those people full-time, how would that make you feel? Angry. I'm fishing for some pain. On no pain, you got no traction. Steve, you look like you were going to say something. Well, we're talking about dust. Dust. That's what the only thing this guy came out of his mouth. Dust. It was big. We have a guy in President's Club, Dick Benner, who sells these ultraviolet lights that kill bacteria, germs, and viruses on contact. And we sold probably $500,000 worth of those lights to be stuck in air conditioning ducts at hospitals so flat surfaces wouldn't contain viruses. What we sold it on was absenteeism. Yes, we couldn't convert viruses, invisible viruses, bacteria, and organisms sitting on the desks or in the air to paying equivalency dollars, but we could convert absenteeism. Do we need to listen to the rest of that call?
Yeah, see if we can get them in line between now and then, but we're always open to proposals at that point. If you're interested enough to have somebody check back with us in April or May of next year, we'll be in a situation, I would say April actually, earlier April, we'd be in more of a position to discuss.
Okay, so what you're telling me is even you're having some issues with that.
Abbott and Costello, what would they do to that line from the prospect? We'll be in a position in April or May to talk to you. Listen to the words that the prospect uses. Turn them ridiculous on them. Look, why don't you just tell me you're not going to be there? Because the dust will drive you crazy, and then I'll have to deal with somebody else. I mean, is this a serious issue or just a junk issue? And the problem is, Adam, we only got one pane, and we don't got enough traction on this miserable dust. I thought you were going to tell me the restrooms were dirty. I thought you were going to tell me they skipped the mopping. I thought for sure you were going to tell me they skipped the vacuuming. I thought for sure you were going to tell me when they do vacuum, they don't use vacuums with HEPA filters.
So how do you get around that if somebody has a contract?
Contracts in the cleaning business is generally worth the value of the paper that it's printed on. They always have escape clauses. We're not satisfied with your service as a janitorial company, Steve. Even though it says 3 years here, we're going to fire you.
I don't know, in my head, I don't know if this is head trash, but when I'm dealing with a municipality, I think we're going to tend to stick to those things until they're fiscally.
Let me do this, Joe. What is the name of the Solicitor General in your township?
No idea.
Well, if you did have an idea, look it up in your directory. They always have a directory. I'm going to call the Solicitor General and see if someone is not fulfilling the contract for cleaning, whether the township has the legal right in their contract to cancel. Fair? Good. I'm going to pick up the phone, spend 2 minutes with the Solicitor General. And he'll say, if we're not getting what we're paying for, we're out of the contract. You ever do business with, you did business with some governments, didn't you, Steve, in the wood business?
Well, I was just sitting there thinking I had problems with uniform companies.
Yeah.
But you never get out of the contract.
Oh, the uniform company's contract is a well-written contract. Cintas especially. Cintas especially. However, when we've worked with uniform companies, we've discovered that there were holes in those contracts that people could wiggle out of. Depends how well written they are. You know, when you sign the contract, Steve, you signed a lot of contracts, right? You ever change the contract to make Steve Bunnell happier with the contract?
Yeah, but in most of these cases, these small contracts, my admin did it.
Oh. You never had...
That's why I was always stuck.
Oh. Oh, your admin did it. And your admin was an officer of the corporation? You had a corporation? The contract wasn't valid. They weren't... That's right. Kevin, you're a corporation? Yeah. So if Dan signs a contract for you for water service, Crystal Water, is it a binding contract? No. Now, if you like the water, you can pay for the water. But if it says it's a 36-month contract, you don't like it after 3 months.
I did just accept what they told me.
Oh.
This gal signed the contract in your office. Is this one of your employees? Yes.
She's not authorized to sign contracts for more than 55 cents for paper clips. Look. Hey. So, the mayor of the township, the county administrator signed that contract? Or is it just, sometimes people just hand people contracts. I don't know. Let's go on to the next one. Adam Rose at Nesbitt Brower. Insurance company. Agency? Oh. You know the name.
Mary.
Mary Adam Rose.
Yes?
I'm guessing my name doesn't ring a bell, does it?
No, I'm sorry, it doesn't.
Not a big deal, wasn't sure it would. Mary, I haven't caught you at a bad time, have I? take 30 seconds to tell you the purpose of my call, and if you
Okay.
continue to talk further.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, Mary, I work with System 4, and what we do is help companies like yours with their commercial janitorial needs. And typically, Mary, when I speak to business owners or executives like yourself, I hear things like they're frustrated with cleaning companies who become
We're satisfied with them.
How do we know we got the right decision maker? You know her. Why? What did you hear that made you know that for sure? You called the same company. Wait a minute. It's a small world that shouldn't have happened, but it does all the time. You're talking to the wrong person. Where in the call did you find out that you got the real decision maker?
Well, I had pre-texted before, and I even did that contract with her, but I mean, she didn't give me the time of day to even figure it out.
She was extremely cooperative. This was a cooperative gatekeeper. I up to this point in time, terribly cooperative. Of course, you've waved a red flag in front of the bull. Actually, the flag doesn't have to be red. Because bulls are colorblind. You wave a flag in front of a bull, he's going to charge.
Yeah, and no one's calling somebody like Pete or whatever. The girl that answers the phone's not going to be who you're going to want to speak to, is it? You're selling cleaning?
I need your help. I need your help. If I needed to talk to the chief executive officer of your company, who would I be talking to? You want to sell, you know how many offices Sipsey Klein has, Dan? Around Cincinnati?
49 exact, probably 30.
Let's take 30 as a number. You want to sell cleaning to all 37 offices. Because it's like 5 days a week or 6 days a week. Kevin will love it. Real estate offices, they're pretty clean places. You do some? Yeah. You want to talk to Rob Sipsey, the #1 guy, or do you want to talk to an administrator? Gene, who do you want to talk to? Rob Sipsey or the administrator? Oh. Do you think Rob Sipsey gets his hands involved in a janitorial decision? No way. No way. But you know what you want? What you want is Rob Sipsey to get on the phone with you and the person who makes the decision and have Rob introduce you to him or her. When Rob does that, what happens to your credibility? 5,000%. This person is going to listen to you.
Why would Rob do that?
To get rid of him. Hey, Rob, you're probably not interested in having all of your offices look tip-top, are you? I generally work with the head property management person who handles the janitorial services. You probably don't know who that is in your organization, do you? And that would be? Adam. You couldn't hit the conference key, conference Adam in on the call and introduce me. This is Mike. Hit the conference key, you'll hear a new dial tone, dial his extension, hit the conference key a second time, all three of us will be put together, you introduce me to him. Then you can jump off there. That's what I want. That makes all the difference.
Our company right now, we're under contract, so I'm not looking right now.
Okay.
Probably don't want to be on top of the contract. Again, you got to listen, Abbott and Costello. She's under contract.
So you wouldn't be interested in inviting one of my cleaning service representatives in to perform a complete diagnostic of the
No, not at this time. Thank you.
I'd like to call Mary.
Yes.
And now that the call's over, is it okay if I ask you a few more questions?
Marketing questions.
Have other things
You missed.
Thank you.
So, doesn't make sense for me to call you back and check in?
No, it doesn't make sense for you to call back and check in. When do you check in? When you're under house arrest, you have to check in. No, but
I'm going to say this. You know, that she's a parole officer. I was probably referred to her, unless I go on Manta to find the owner's name. You're
So-
not getting past that lady. You're not getting to the DM unless you get past that lady. And
good. So what do you say to get past the gatekeeper?
I don't think
Is she a gatekeeper or an administrative assistant?
she's an admin assistant. And I guarantee she's the one that's going to, she's delegated this position.
How do you get by, Dan? Replay the call. Ring, ring, ring.
Hi, this is Dan.
This is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. I haven't caught you at a bad time, have I?
No, I'm okay.
Lisa, I'm looking for a little bit of help. Who in your organization has the authority to sign
Right there.
contracts?
We're going to play the first minute of a call we already heard. To answer the question, Edie does a good job.
Hello, Brady B.
This is Edie, and you are?
Brandon.
Brandon, who there has the authority to hire the cleaning service?
Is that what you wanted to hear?
I did this in the call before this, so I'm still
Consistent.
I do it every call.
Hey, hey. Have you read the book?
Nope.
Oh. Kevin, you own a copy of the book? Give him a copy of the book. Read it as homework.
I do it every call, so that works.
Hey.
I'm not going to
5 minutes with veto means start at the top. If you're not at the top and you're starting at the bottom, the minimum penalty is twice the sales cycle. Gene, would you rather close them in 1 call or 5 calls? 1 call. Mike had some 5-call sales transactions selling a $4,000 system to doctors. You think that's right or wrong? Wrong on many levels. We had
We have one more that's actually stronger than that. I haven't heard anybody really say it, at least I don't recall. And that is, who has the authority to sign contracts in the company? And then you're not giving yourself away with respect to what you are.
I'm a little confused. Who in your company, Nina, has the right to sign a contract? Authority to sign a contract? Oh, and that would be either Richard, Andy. Okay, and which one of those 3 guys is the administrative type contract guy? You don't know, do you? Not really any of them? Which one's there now? I'll talk to Gary.
At least you're getting somebody who has the authority to sign a contract.
Here's how I'm asking right now. Okay, the center script of the going through stuff. Mike, I really don't know if you can help me today. If there was someone in your company who can authorize spending money on janitorial services, who would that person be?
Oh, that would be Tim.
So that's strong enough?
Could be.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Now, let me give you another hint. Just a hint. Most businesses are still run by men. Sorry, ladies. 3 out of 3 were men in the signers. So when I call a company and I'm talking to a lady, my first assumption is I'm talking to an administrator. And I recognize it's a 75-25 bet, but the 75's on my side of the table. I'm going to assume I got a gatekeeper, not an administrative assistant. You know, that's your experience, it's not mine. So, when I run into real CEO, I'm going to talk about a lady who you guys have probably never run into, Jody Gosling Smith. She runs Possible Worldwide downtown. She's got 300 employees in the advertising agency world. The lady is about 36 years of age. Steve, you would say she's really good looking. Not movie star quality, but far better looking than I would call an average woman CEO. And at that young age, it's unusual. You better. Okay. Yeah. I got to tell you something about her. She's exceptionally smart. She's fast. She's fast as a rocket. I couldn't believe it when I sat down and talked to her. The people that work for her were slugs. There were a lot of reasons why she got put in charge of the company. Not the least of which is she was in the right place at the right time. She was in the right place at the right time, and she was exceptionally productive and smart. Smart being the operative word. That lady can think. This person you were talking to on the phone wasn't thinking. I think that's an earmark of highly paid administrative assistants. Eventually, you'll run into a lady here in President's Club named Marilyn Smith. And Marilyn used to be the executive assistant, making over $100 grand a year for a large company in Cincinnati. When she hit 65 years of age, Marilyn decided, I'm worth more than that. I want to be in my own business. I want to be my own boss. So she quit, started a whole new career. So I think that you have to listen and figure out who you're talking to. Sometimes people that say dumb things are playing open hand poker. Steve, you ever play open hand poker with someone else? They're showing all their cards and you don't have to show all of yours. Yeah. It's easier to win. You know, what's the name of that poker game where you put your cards on your forehead? Liar's poker? Guts, is that what it's called? Yeah. You know what I do if I play guts poker with you, Steve? I'm going to look in your eyeglasses to see if I can see a reflection of what's on my forehead. I'm going to do the same thing with you, Mike. Okay, good. Non-reflective lenses. Yeah. But, okay. Did we get through all the calls? You didn't make a single telephone call. And you can't record your calls on your BlackBerry? You absolutely can. I don't want to hear that excuse, okay? Absolutely. What you do is you take your recorder, okay? And you will catch enough of the prospect and enough of you to make it perfectly good.